and he can get busted up, bloody. He's still sitting there. Pop, pop, pop.
It's gonna mesh in two videos because something just popped up on my phone and it just paused it.
Bro, whatever you
Alright, cool.
want to do it. So, and after the toe, now you have the owl, which pursuant to Revelation 3:18, that's being able to see through the darkness. Okay? And then the dragon is when when you grasp the understanding of cruelty, all right? When you start putting your feelings away and understanding like the Most High is a very cruel power. Because think about it, man. We have scriptures like Matthew 20. When we say things like, yo, if they put it real quickly, if we say things like, yo, when that chip comes and they might shoot your wife and family right in front of you, you still gotta say no. That's a cool fucking thing to understand. But that's a higher level of wisdom that a lot of people, they kind of get stuck there.
One is
like the IUIC, they'll put their feelings in it.
He was mentioning the dragon and everything, right? It's an older movie. I know you brothers, you heard of it or saw it. The Perfect Weapon. It was a martial arts movie. So the dude sensei was showing him a move. So he was like, "What is this?" And then the sensei, they both attacked each other, but the sensei was like, "Yo, that's the tiger. This is the dragon." He was telling him like, "Yo, he didn't get in that level yet because he didn't know how to be strategic and govern his spirit."
Yeah, you got it. Part of being a dragon is being cruel. I was watching this movie, Mad Max. Furiosa, Mad Max Saga, but it's also a Mad Max Fury Road. You got this dude. He has a harem, right? Of just beautiful virgins. They haven't been touched, nothing like that. But it's in a complete fucking dystopia. Everything is crazy. And I'm telling my wife like, yo, he took the girl when she was like 9. He's like, when she get older, he's gonna be his wife.
What's up?
But she's like, does that make it right? Is that see their feelings and that type of shit? Right. I'm like, look, the only reason you're able to say shit like that is because we're in a society with cops, and if that shit was to break down and there was you would need a man to protect you. And that movie is showing you the cruelty of life. Like, look, when all hell breaks loose, a woman that's a virgin is like
a prospect.
Exactly. Like them marrying and shit, creating alliances, you know what I'm saying? The value is high for that. And people revert back to these natural ways, but that cruelty
and it's too for the feminists. Them G.I. Jane bitches that was taught martial arts and how to fight, they gonna get knocked off first. Motherfuckers gonna get them out of the way.
And it shows you, it shows you.
Am I wrong?
We gotta get back to the script.
I'm gonna make the point quick. To show you that, you right about the G.I. Jane chicks that they know jujitsu and karate and all that. They show them how they try to go up against men and they get defeated quick. They get busted up quick. You know what I mean? So here it is. So that don't mean nothing, man. That don't mean anything. All them women that was, and the brother Palau put it up on a WhatsApp chat that it says equal rights, equal lefts, and equal rights. Feminism, equal rights, equal lefts. You know what I mean? So you see these women trying to fight men and getting busted down, man. So what you think is going to happen when all hell breaks loose? You know?
Right, brother.
This is John 14:9. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start from verse 8. Matter of fact, no, I'm gonna start from verse 6, right? John 14:6. Yahushua said unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
Oh my God, bro. You can break that one down.
Yeah, so Yahushua is saying, when you come in this truth, man, you gotta go through him before you can even think about getting to his Father, man. Yeah, right. You got some people that's saying, they don't have to follow Yahushua, believe in Yahushua, and they trying to go straight to the Heavenly Father. Look what happened in Exodus when the people was getting upset with Moses, and they was like, we want to talk to Yahweh. So Moses was like, you sure? So he's like, all right, bet. The Most High showed some of his power, and those people damn near shit themselves, man. Because you have to be in a certain spiritual level for the Most High to even deal with you, man.
You need Yahushua if you want to get straightened out, all right?
Yeah.
The scripture says that everything be done in decency and in order. So there's
right.
an order of things. There's no way like I wouldn't eat McDonald's. I'm just using this example. You have a problem with your order. You're not gonna fly out to fucking California Speak to the CEO of fucking. You don't do that, man.
Or the corporate.
Shit is like levels to it, man. So for you to just say I'm going straight to Yahweh, disregard Yahweh Shah, that's completely out of order. Yahweh's gonna look at you like, what the fuck? All right, that's it.
There's more. It says, if ye had known me, ye should have known my Father also, and from henceforth ye know him and have seen him. It says, Philip. It says, Philip said unto him, Lord, show us the Father.
Oh, that's okay. So he's reading it.
Yeah. I'll just going down.
So
Yeah.
real quick, before he gets that, because he's gonna say, show us the Father. Get Revelations 1 and Daniel's 7. Daniel 7 is the one that describes the Most High. Daniel 10.
Ancient of days, yeah.
Daniel 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So get that one.
I got Revelation 1.
Let's get Revelations 1 and Daniel 7 to see why you're gonna say that. Go ahead.
Read it.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
John 14:9. Philip said unto him, Lord, show us the Father, and it sufficient us. And it sufficeth us.
Yeah, so the apostles back then and disciples, they sort of asked some pretty rash things, but you know, it's how they were sincere, but it's kind of like, yo, bro, you kind of, you know, want to see the Most High.
Yeah.
Kind of question is that, but you know, they asked. Go ahead.
Yahushua said unto him, Have I been so long with you, and yet hast thou not known me? Philip, he that had seen me had seen the Father.
Damn.
And how sayest thou then, show us the Father?
Right, so they be like, oh, see, gotcha. That's how they talking to IRC. All right, we got him. This is Nate, right? That's my best Nate impression.
Sounds like
But what it's
it.
saying is,
We got them boys, we got them.
but what it's saying is, have you seen me? You see my father? He's saying he looked like his father.
Look like my daddy, studying like my daddy. Well, let's prove it.
And this works.
Go ahead.
Verse 10. Believest thou not that I...
Actually, let's stop it there. and
Okay.
Let's break down verse 9, where it says, if you see me. There you go.
This is
Is he
Daniel-
talking about you seeing the same person? Go ahead. Let's read
Right,
it.
this is Daniel chapter 7 verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, all the empires of the earth, all the kingdoms the Most High set up, all the empires, starting from the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Persian Empire, the Romans, even the Byzantine Empire, man. It says, I beheld to the thrones. It says, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
Now, who's the Ancient of Days? The Ancient of Days is talking about Yahweh. Go ahead.
Right, whose garment was white as snow.
So he's seeing in a vision the Most High taking on a physical form. And he's looking like, he's sitting on a throne with white robe. Go ahead.
It says, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Right, so he was actually seeing a being, Yahweh, wearing a white garment, but white represents what? Purity. All right, and the white woolly hair on his head also represents wisdom, because the Most High has infinite wisdom. Right?
It says, like the pure wool, his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels.
Right, the fiery flame, meaning there was a bunch of chariots around him. Go ahead.
That's right. And his wheels as burning fire.
Right, so that he saw him on a throne with a bunch of chariots.
And the burning fire, and the wheels with the burning fire was the lights that was coming from them chariots while they were spinning.
Yeah,
You know?
that's right.
It says, a fiery stream issued and came forth from before them. Thousands ministered.
Thousands of ministers. That's who? Angels. What's a minister? A minister is somebody that serves, all right? The thousands of angels, a bunch of chariots, Yahweh just boom, on top. Go ahead.
It says, minister unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him.
Damn.
The judgment was open. The judgment was set, and the books were open.
So he saw Yahweh sitting on a throne with thousands of angels worshiping him, chariots above his head. Okay? That's Yahweh.
They're serving the Lord Yahweh.
Right, and he described them with the white woolly hair. Now, let's get the description of his son. Go ahead.
This is Revelation 1 and verse 7.
What? Start at 1. Read Revelation 1 and 1, and then jump to 14.
Gotcha. Okay, this is Revelation 1 and 1. The revelation of Yahushua.
Now, what does the word revelation mean? Read, back, veil, covering. Let's pull back the covering of the veil of Yahushua. Go ahead.
All right. Which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants.
Wait, so we can stop right there. It said, what's the Most High gave unto him?
Yeah.
Yo, go ahead, bro.
To show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Now, who was the servant? John the Revelator.
That's right.
But he said the Most High. Yo, man, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Jump to 14 now.
All right, now this is verse 14.
Or is it 13?
13.
13, yep.
And then the 14.
13 to 15.
All right, yep, you got it. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks.
Now, what does the 7 candlesticks represent? The 7 candlesticks represents the 7 churches of Asia Minor. Go ahead.
One like unto the Son of Man. Who's that?
One like unto the Son of Man, Bon Adama, son of the ground. Talking about Yahushua. Go ahead.
Right.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot. Down
to the foot like we have. Now, remember how I talked about earlier how you will parrot when you come in? We still parrot this the same exact way. This is how you break the script. This is what you call a go-to fundamental scripture of being an Israelite. How to break down the description of our Lord Yahushua. Garments down to the foot. All right? Go ahead.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot and girt about the paps.
You know, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny because we look back at like the early 2000s, like, yo, how could Jake wear that baggy shit? Like fresh in my white tee and all that. But our ancient world garment was down to the foot. You know, it wasn't a fucking baggy ass white tee, but I'm saying we have big, garments down here, man.
And back in the early 2000s, Jake used to have the big ass t-shirts on that's coming down to their knees.
Past their knees, man.
I mean, but that was just
niggas going to mama just getting a 5X, 6X.
that was just
the thing, bro.
That was the thing back then, you know what I'm saying?
Thing, bro.
You got a Jake wearing a white t-shirt, baggy pants, and the t-shirt is coming down to his knees and he walking. But that was the style back then, you know what I mean?
But to visualize the garment down to the foot, pardon me, okay. To visualize the garment down to the foot, all you gotta do is look at Middle Eastern culture.
Yeah.
The Middle East hasn't changed in the past couple millennia.
2,000 years.
You can go over there and still see people using leather wine bottles. All right, leather wine. Leather skin to hold wine. That's how come you have scholars that to study the scriptures, they go over the Middle East because it hasn't changed much. Now, why is that? Because over here in the West, the 70s is one generation, then the 80s look different, then the 90s look different. If you had a fucking time machine, you feel like you're in different universes. But it's just a fashion change within a decade, right? But that's not how you're supposed to do things. You're supposed to carry on the tradition of your fathers.
That's right.
This whole Gen Z and Gen Y and Gen X, and that's all fuckery. You're supposed to follow the ways of your father. Why is it every generation changes so much? Because Esau influences how people think.
And this is a land of confusion. That's why it's called Babylon. Babylon. Babel means confused land. Babylon, land. Babel, confused land.
Yeah, even not just in the Middle East. Like, let's say you go to the straight east, like in China. You just go to certain places, they still wear them garbs and shit from the imperial China.
And they still got ancient customs.
You're not gonna find that in America, because America is a melting pot.
You ain't gonna find that in the West either.
America is Arab. It's a mixture. Go ahead, bro.
Alright.
So you're garment down the foot.
About the paps with a golden girdle.
Now, why was Yahushua wearing a golden girdle? Because a girt is to protect your midsection in war. What does it say in the book of Maccabees? The young men put on glorious and warlike apparel, man.
Which was a girdle that go around their waist. And
just in case a nigga try to stab you.
Their shoulders was covered with harness of gold or whatever they had. And their hand had brass on it up to a certain length. And then it went down to their legs. I'm saying to a certain point. To a certain length. I'm saying
warlike shit, man.
Yeah, warlike apparel.
Not this faggot shit that you see nowadays, man.
And also, when they had the apparel on, it covered their back as well.
Precept?
Their back was covered as well. So in this case, somebody trying to come up behind them and stab them. So
This is Isaiah 3 verse 2. The mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet and the prudent and the ancient. No, so it's just going into the type of way like the nation Israel was living and the things that they were into, because
Yeah, Exodus 15 and 3.
Oh, that one too. Okay.
Exodus chapter 15, verse 3. It says, the Lord is a man of war.
Boom, just like father, like son, man. Right? That's how they won. My father's about war. Guess what? I'm about war. Very simple. Go ahead.
Yep. It says the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, is his name.
Yeah, so see that? They have one of mine. All right? My son is going to have a golden girdle on, a warlike. Well, not only is it going to be warlike, but it's going to be gold. All right? Not gold plated, gold. Go ahead.
That was it.
You got to think like that too. Like we dress kind of like what we think about, right? So you putting on warlike apparel like that, war's on my mind.
I got one more.
Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 42 verse 13. The Most High Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies.
And the scriptures tell you in the Apocrypha, one is set against the other. Who's doing that? That's the Most High. Everything's a battle with the Lord, man. Your spirit against the flesh. Everything's a constant battle, man. It's a constant war, and that's the Most High behind it. These nations are at war. All right, we're gonna take this nation back, the kingdom back by violence. Everything the Most High deals with is twos, dualities.
that's right.
Go ahead, Yahweh.
And that's why the Lord said this in Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 22, because the Lord orchestrates everything. This is Jeremiah chapter 5, verse 22. Fear ye not me, saith the Lord Yahweh.
You gotta be a fool not to fear the Most High.
Will ye not tremble at my presence,
Yep.
which have placed the sand for the bounds of the sea?
Right. So even amongst the waters and the earth, there's a war. The earth this is my territory. The sea, they kind of like going back and forth. Look at the ocean, right?
I went to the beach, you see that?
Yeah, that's a war you're looking at. That's a war between the ocean and the earth you're looking at. People don't see it that way, but that's what's happening. Go ahead.
It says, which have placed the sand for a bound of the sea by a perpetual decree that it cannot pass, though it that it cannot pass it, and though the waves thereof toss themselves.
Right, so the waves are trying to take over the earth, but the Most High is saying, nope, this is your bounds. You can't pass it. Go ahead.
Yet they cannot prevail.
And people never think like that. Like, why don't oceans overflow? Why don't rivers overflow? Because the Most High has different channels throughout the earth to make it not happen.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because one can't take. Oh, go ahead, brother. Because one can't overtake the other.
That's right. It says, yet can they not pass over. This people have a revolting and rebellious heart, and they have provoted and gone.
And Priest Karab, Captain Karab said some years ago, he was like, look, man, if you want Jake to stop eating pork, just tell him, I think something to the effect like if you tell Jake they can't eat chicken, they will stop eating pork, something like that. Basically, they're just rebellious.
Tell them to eat it.
Yeah, tell them, look, it's in the law, you can't eat chicken. These niggas will drop pork and just start eating chicken. Because they do the opposite.
So it says,
That's a rebellious house.
that was the point right there. That was the point.
One more precept and we got to get back to Revelations.
Okay, 1 Corinthians 8 and 6. But to us there is but one power, and slack here. 1 Corinthians 8 and 6. But to us there is but one power, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, by whom are all things, and we by him.
Exactly, all right? So that's the order of things, all right? You have one power, Yahweh, and then you have another power, Yahweh Shai, which created all things. Very simple, all right? But, again, the Most High, Yahweh Shem Shai, has those that he wished to blind, All right, we're just putting together this lesson, okay, for the hopeful elect. So go back to Revelation. Sure.
All right, this is Revelation 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
You read every part about 13?
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Now we just read earlier in Daniel's 7th chapter. What verse was that again? 7 and 10?
9 and 7.
Oh, sorry,
No, Daniel 7 and 9. Select.
Daniel 7 and 9, right? That the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua had white hair. When he took a physical appearance of a man, he had a white hair.
It's about the Ancient of Days, talking about Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh.
That was Yahweh, the
Right.
Ancient of Days.
The Ancient of Days, Yahweh, had white hair. And we're reading about the son, Yahweh Shai, having the same thing. Now, mind you, Yahweh Shai was just 33 years old with a full head of white hairs. Why? Because it represents the wisdom, man. All right?
And Jacob's stressing his ass out.
Stressing him out.
I ain't gonna say his ass, stressing him out.
Stressing him out,
saying that.
yeah. All right?
All right. His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow.
Right, and that's not to be confused because sometimes I see a lot of these AI-generated images going around the Yahweh Shai and they have him old. Just not. He was young. Shit, I'm 33. I'm the same age as the Lord at the time, right? I don't have fucking wrinkly skin, at least, you know.
And when he comes back, he's gonna be in this
Same thing.
same thing.
He's a young man with white woolly hair, so let's not confuse that, all right? Let's not put him as some old guy. Nah, he was a young man, okay? Tall in stature, we read about in 2nd Ezra, okay? And his father, the same thing.
That's right.
All right?
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now, why was his eyes a flame of fire? Because he drank wine. They said what? A one that is drunken in the wine bibber. All right? What was his first nerve? Turn water to wine. Okay? And that's also a stumbling block because I remember back in the world when I used to follow the Christian stuff, I used to think drinking was like a bad thing. Nah, man, that's your option, man. Okay? Drinking. But the scriptures also tell you there's a blessing in the wine.
That's right. I tell you, a wine, it's roughly paraphrasing the scripture. It's good for the stomach.
Yeah, you got to mix it with water. That's in the book of Ecclesiasticus. Even Apostle Paul told Timothy for his ailments, don't drink wine, but put a little. Don't drink water only, but put a little wine in there. See, to help with your ailments.
Yeah.
Okay. Because back in the ancient world, wine was very, very far more potent than now.
I tell you,
It's
drink
very, very potent. You know what I mean?
You gotta drink in moderation.
You got to drink it in moderation. Ecclesiasticus, I believe it was the last chapter, around the last verses, talk about mixing it with water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially
Now,
got some strong wine.
it was a very strong wine back then. But now, you know, the wine we have now, we just drink it straight.
That shit is just watered down. Anything.
Yeah. All right? So, go ahead, brother.
I wanted to get a precept.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass,
Whoa.
as if they burned in a furnace.
And you know these fucking people out there in the world, when you try to tell them it's bronze, because it used to be bronze, and when you used to look it up, it used to say bronze. They changed that now. Even in the Blue Letter Bible, they changed it. They put brass now. Because why the truth was getting out, like, holy shit, bronze? But
Bronze.
even let's say it's brass, right? Like,
Brass is still brown.
but let's say
White.
brass is white.
Yeah.
Read the
It's
bottom part.
gonna-
As if they burned in a
That
furnace.
cuts your shit right there because you can go to any fucking pizza shop. You can see that white dough getting turned and tossed around. Put that shit in the oven and burn it.
Brown in the motherfucker.
It's gonna be very, very dark brown. All right. And that's the color of our Lord. And you know what?
It's gonna look like Shabbat skin.
Yeah, man, it's a glorious thing to be dark skinned, man. And you know what? The fact that they put up that image of Cheshire and Borgia, it fucks with our people because they assimilate light skin with being like a better.
Yeah.
You're a better human if you're light skinned.
So our people got inferiority.
Inferior complex, and they bleach their skin. That's big in Jamaica. That's big in DR.
That's
Yeah.
big in Hamite land.
Mississippi Sosa.
Hamites.
You got a lot of Israelites that's dwelling in the Hamite land, like Zimbabwe, Nigeria, and the Ivory Coast, and they bleach their skin.
Yeah, because they'll have this light face and their hand is black. The woman, They have this light face and their hands black and wrinkly looking and shit.
Just look at their knuckles. The knuckles is
knuckles
usually
are
always
black.
dark,
Because
and their
they-
fingers.
That's the lesser term, the knuckles. Because you got actually constantly bending your fingers, so it's hard for that ointment to get to pierce your knuckles and to constantly bleach it. Look at them. I even seen Haitian women. This is Haitian woman on my jaw. Yo, you could tell she bleached her skin. I'm like, God damn, man.
Meanwhile, the other
She got
nations
help
trying to look
safety.
like you.
Yeah.
The other nations are in a fucking tanning booth. The
Yeah.
other nations are getting Botox in their lips. BBLs trying to look like you nigga woman. And you out here trying to look like them.
And you got the
There's
nigga-
no nigga woman that has natural blonde hair unless it's a mutation. Okay?
You got the chick, one of Serena twins, that look like a goddamn monkey now.
Serena Williams, right?
She done.
Yeah.
They showed a picture of her when
She looked
was,
crazy.
She like Lil' Kim. They did the same shit.
They
She
showed a
looked
picture of her
worse.
when
She
she
looked
was when she
crazy.
had dark skin, looking pretty and sexy. You know what I'm saying? Then they show her with blonde hair and bleached skin, looking like a goddamn.
Well, she got a white woman.
Chimpanzee.
She got a so-called white man as a husband. So
Yeah,
to
so-
let you know who she worship.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Serena Williams, she's stacked. Look, you know what I mean? Nice. Fat ass, curvy.
Not anymore.
But guess what? When she got that white man
She
and,
don't look-
and she go around the family, let me tell you something with women. They hate, that women don't like independent thinking. They like following the herd. So she gonna sit around a bunch of them white people.
Or
She
slim.
gonna see them white women slim, big tits, no ass, long flowing hair. All right, and she gonna wanna look like that. She don't wanna look like where she from Compton and shit. She gonna wanna look like that.
First and foremost, I ain't marrying no fucking Edomite woman. I'll pop the shit out you. But it's different between a man and a woman. Because a man, he gonna continue in his values, and he's gonna just pop her, and
And typically speaking, too, like, women take on the spirit of their man. And it's not, it shouldn't be the other way around. It happens, but typically speaking, if you get a woman, you're going to start finding out she's going to have the same religious views as you, political views as you. She's going to follow what the fuck you say.
exactly because she's a follower.
Yes.
Most women that, right, you got these women, they get into they find a man, he's a Muslim. Now she's a Muslim now. Now she wearing the hajj, what we call that shit, and the garbs and the jobs, all that shit. But once she leave that nigga, she taking that shit, throw that shit in the way, man. We broke up, I ain't Muslim no more.
Yo,
now,
but-
it's like
so
real
like,
quick.
you gotta-
Now she meet a nigga that's Buddhist. Now she into Buddhism. I mean, women are bugged up, man.
Yeah, man. I had a chick before we broke. When she was with me, she took up intermittent fasting. She lost a lot of weight. She had no tattoos. She had long flowing hair. I broke up with the bitch, got back with her, and I get back, just trying to smash it again. A year later, tattoos, cut hair. Guess what? She got with a nigga that was in and out of jail system, some shit like that. But it shows you, like, you can't really get all hyped up with a woman that said, oh, yo, man, that Bible makes sense to me. You just kind of nod your head like, yeah, but you know in the back of your head, like, bitch, if you was some other nigga, you'd be whatever they, you know what I'm saying?
They could be a goddamn atheist. She be atheist with him.
Right.
Yeah, this was just going in to add.
We still got to read that part too, though, about the,
Right? And his voice has the sound of many waters.
Right. Meaning the Lord had bass in his voice as all men should have bass in their voice, all right?
He didn't use a microphone.
He didn't use them. That's heavy. Yo, bro, there's times at the end of camp I can't even hear another brother like, what he's saying? But the Lord was speaking to multitudes, bro. With no camera, no none, just his voice echoing.
And that's why they apostle like, yo, speak up, speak your voice, speak up.
You gotta lift up your voice like a trumpet, man. All right? You're supposed to testify. You got testicles. You should have some bass and loudness in your voice, brother.
Good.
All right? That's how the Lord wants us to speak, because he says many waters. Try to have a conversation next to the Niagara Falls, man.
It ain't gonna happen.
Kind of like, yo, you gotta speak loud, bro.
Unless you actually yelling at the top of your voice. Because the water's going to overshadow everything, man.
Yeah. What?
And he had in his right hand 7 stars.
Yeah, just going into
And don't just come out here to shout and like fucking shouting match.
Nah.
I have the loudest voice. You don't want to come out in that spirit. You know what I'm talking about.
just going into adding, even though the Lord was a young man and he had gray hair, because in this society, Esau society, they can they look at gray hair and just think, oh, you old and you don't really just know shit, right? So I'm gonna read it in the KJV and in the NLT. This is Proverbs 16 and 31. It says, the hoary head is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness.
Yeah, so you can't just be some old nigga. I mean, just because you have gray hairs doesn't mean you're some right. Oh man, this guy got to be mad wise. He got gray hair. Nah, you could be a fucking old fool.
Right? And then this is what it says in the NLT. Gray hair is a crown of glory. It is gained by living a godly life, and that was Yahushua. So he was a young man at 33 with full of gray head because he lived a righteous life.
That's right.
Okay? Which showed his wisdom, man.
He lived a righteous life filled with wisdom.
Wisdom of Solomon 4.
And so you got to understand something, man. You know, that's why it doesn't pay. It doesn't pay for you to listen to these different. You can't pop. You can't camp hop because you're gonna be totally confused and bugged out of your mind. That's why I've been seeing on the comment boards these of different apostles and elders, people asking them questions. You know why? They bugged out of their mind and they don't understand because they're club hopping. They camp hopping like as if they're going to a club. They listen to this book, this Carvey, ISUPK, IUIC, GMS, and then they find out, okay, that everybody's saying something different. So they go back to so they come back to GMS and ask questions and try to get clarification and try to be corrected on them being confused.
Right, yo, so check this out, bro, right? Let's say you gotta go somewhere and you're not familiar with the area, there's no GPS. You go to somebody, you gotta go this way. Then you go to the next person. All right, so you go to this way. You go to the next person. Now you gotta go this way. They all tell you different things. You're gonna be driving around in fucking circles because you're confused.
Burning gas.
You need to listen to one person that gives you one solid direction. And that's what you guys out there are doing when you listen to different camps. You're driving here, you get to one destination. Wait a minute, that guy said go left. Well, he told me to go right. I'm gonna go right. You're just fucking confused. And you're gonna be lost in the sauce. Driving all fucking day, never getting to your destination.
That's a good analogy. I was at the job when I worked some OT today, and I just know how to get there, right? So what I did, I showed her the back. I took a picture of the back when I first got there. I pulled it up on my phone. I was like, yo, we here right now. You want to go right here to the maintenance area where everybody parking their cars at. He was like, all right, thanks. I showed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's easy, man.
That's what we doing right now.
So,
the back.
Right. Wisdom of Solomon 4:8-9.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 8.
Because the Lord mentioned, the brother mentioned that the Lord Yahushua had gray hairs, and you mentioned that if it be found in righteousness. I read this.
Yep. It says, "For honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time."
Right. Honorable age is not that which is standing in length of time. Just because you're fucking 70 years old doesn't mean you're gonna be an honorable person. Even if
80 years old.
Yeah, because you can have a fucking wicked ass nigga that's just been on the earth for 70, 80 years. Gray hairs. Yep. Go ahead.
It says, "Nor that is measured by number of years, but wisdom is the gray hair unto men,
right? And
an unspotted life is old age."
An unspotted life is old age, meaning a man that lived his life righteously. Okay, no blemish on him. All right, that's a man that governed his life with honor and wisdom. All right, that was his gray head to his. That was the grace to his head. You read verse 9?
That was verse 9.
That was verse 9?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much the point, man. All right, that backing up that even though the Lord had gray hairs, that don't mean he was old. Okay, he was a young man, wisdom, dealt with a lot of stress, and he lived an unspotted life, man. In fact, Yahushua was going back and forth with a lot of dudes that were twice his age. Well, he was 12 years old. 12 years old in the temple. Just turned into a man. Going back and forth with guys that have been in them scriptures probably three times his age. You know what I'm saying? But who was more wise? It was Yahushua. Now, that's a heavy thing to swallow. You have to swallow a lot of pride to like, yo, I'm listening to a 12-year-old. You know what I'm saying? But that's hey man, that's how the Most High do things.
The Lord set it up that way. The Lord had it so. Whereas they was marveling like, oh, he's answering and giving them, he's answering and listening to them and taking questions and answering them and wisely. So they was marveling at that, you know what I mean? And it's not this Joseph, the carpenter's son, you know? But they was looking at it on a carnal level, not on a spiritual level. This guy here, and they didn't believe that he said that he was the son of the Most High, the living power. Because they wasn't thinking spiritual, that the Lord has the capability that could come in from the spiritual realm and into a body, be born by a woman through a man and be raised up and perform miracles and do what he did. They didn't believe that.
Second Timothy 4:13. 2 Timothy 4. We got that one.
2 Timothy 4, right?
Yeah, we're talking about going to staying into sound doctrine, man.
No, I was gonna say it's the same thing. You know, when you come into the truth, you know what I'm saying? You might be older than certain brothers. It's not your physical age, all right, but it's through the spirit.
That's a heavy point, brother. That's a heavy point because we had a brother in the camp. His name was Alam Yahweh, which is Alam means young Yahweh, young Judah.
Young Judah, yeah.
And in the spirit, when we came in, we were like, this brother older than us in the spirit, even though he was a very young man. So you have to understand that when you come in this thing, you a newborn baby, you a newborn creature. All right? So you can have brothers that's been doing this thing 10, 20, 30 years that's still under 40, still under 30, you know? So, all right, bro.
Second Timothy 4 and
You got it. You got it. Yeah, bring it up.
Nah, y'all, these older, go ahead, brother.
So 2 Timothy 4 and what?
One, you said.
Okay, yeah. This is in the presence of Yahweh and the Messiah. It's the presence of God, which is in all caps, and the Messiah. Who's the Messiah? Yahweh Shah. It says, it's saying the Messiah Jesus, but we're going to say Yahweh Shah.
You got the King James version?
Hold on, let me get the King James version. Yeah, hold on. I got it right here. Okay. I charge thee therefore before the Lord and before God and the Lord Yahweh Shah Hamashiach,
right there is even separated.
Who shall judge the quick and the dead at his appearing and in his kingdom.
Right, so Yahweh Shah is coming back to judge it. All right, we're gonna sit before his throne. And that's how come, look, man, that's why we out here doing this, and that's how come we have to fear the Lord. We want, when we step in front of that judgment seat, that at least the stuff we did, you know, could have a little bit of mercy on us, man, and we make it.
That's right. It says, verse 2, preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season.
These niggas had a lesson, the title said, camp season is back.
we back.
We back, nigga, you're not supposed to leave. Camp is never out of season.
And that was in the spring. When it started getting, that was like in like early, like early March, going into when the weather was getting warm. I remember there was like, oh, camp season is back. I was like, what?
First of all, the scriptures tell you not to hate laborious work.
Laborious work, yeah.
All right, this thing is a thing of labor. Nor husbandry. Husbandry is planting seeds.
Yeah.
Luke 8:11, the seed is the word of the Lord. Matthew the 13th chapter, the field is the world. All right, so you're supposed to love coming out here and planting and doing the work of the Lord.
That's right. It says 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 2. Preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering.
All long suffering, bro. So we shouldn't be like I said, in the grand scheme of things, this is a very quick captivity. All right, it don't feel like that to us, but the Most High is moving quick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it. Look how far this truth has come from 2007 to now. Noah was out there for over 100 plus years. So that was quick, bro. Like in the grand scheme of things, that was very quick. From when the apostles went out there, and a lot of brothers came in from 2007 to now. Just amount of stuff that happened in that time. And, yo, we can literally say right now that we could be on a chariot in 6 months.
Yeah.
Because everything is already in peace. You couldn't say that like that.
Well, we got a couple of months. This fall is going to be dreadful because I've been having dreams about November for years. I'm like, okay, every November come by, I'm looking, see if something's going to happen, but nothing happens. But now this November, it's kind of crazy because it's an election. It's an
big
election.
Man. This is a big, bro. This is the most, since I've come to this country, this is the most important election, bro.
Yeah.
I've never seen so much people invested in this shit, bro. Shit's crazy.
And you have people that's exposing Kamala Harris for being, I mean,
she's a DE hire.
Yeah, she's not even, first and foremost.
She's just to meet the quota.
How you going to have a foreign national, a foreign person instead of, you know, and they saying, I'm like, she's the vice president. She's promising all these things, but she's in the office already right now. She's in the White House.
She said in day one, it was like, yo, day one was over 1,300 days ago.
And you've been in the White House right now as the vice president, and you're not getting nothing done. So what you gonna do as being president? You see, it's words, man.
Yo, this guy Trump said something. He said, yo, we're gonna make it too big to rig. And that shit is like, yo, damn, he's doing that because this dude, not only did he get Tulsi Gabbard, former Democrat, that was the one that did you see that clip of that woman going against Kamala Harris talking about how it's funny how you talk about you locked up so many people for weed and then joked about it on the Breakfast Club?
That you smoke weed.
Yeah, Tulsi Gabbard was the one that said that, and recently Trump had it added RFK. Junior, he dropped out and said I'm a back Trump. Yo, so it's like so much people on Trump's side, but you also have, of course, the left controlling the media, that this nigga's really making it too big to rig, that if they do rig it, yo man, it's going to be
on and fucking popping. And you got people on TikTok, I don't know if brothers got TikTok, but you got people that saying they backing Trump, and we got to be careful over a rigged election. And back in 20, when Trump became president, they were saying that Vladimir Putin rigged the elections in America, which is a total bullshit lie. But now they're saying that they blaming the economy, the status of the economy, on Donald Trump. But guess what? Who ran the economy? All right, Democrats been in power for 12 years, and the Republicans for 4 years. You had the Obamas, then you had Donald Trump for 4 years. The Obamas 8 years, Donald Trump 4 years. Now you got Biden. That's 12 years. So how is it the Republicans' problem of the economy being fucked up and the Democrats ruled for 12 years?
You know what, bro? You got people that have 4 years of Trump, they got a bag, and then they got 4 years of Biden where you have to just pay high taxes and gas and shit. So most people, they're like, yo, I'd rather that. I'd rather just low gas, and fucking gas is $1 something. It's just like common sense. Like, I'd rather pay less. So it'll be very interesting, people's reaction, if Kamala Harris, who dropped out the presidential primary back into, that means she didn't get one vote
primary vote.
Not one primary vote. She's a fucking walking image of a DEI hire. So all of a sudden she's supposed to get 81 million votes to be tried. People will be like, yo, nah. So I said, hey man, let's see.
You're going to see.
Well, the brother, Gabarba said, hey, he could probably see Kamala winning, and that will send this shit crazy.
If Kamala Harris win, they're
not gonna trust the system.
That'll be so fucking crazy, because she's talking about what she's gonna do, and you already in the office and it's crazy. It's crazy to comprehend. That's how you know that American people are fucking dumb. It's a box of rocks. She's already in office, and she ain't doing shit. She's saying she's gonna do when she become president.
She had a hat saying "Borders Are" on it, because she said, "I was never called the Borders Are." Niggas put up a picture with a hat on her.
Saying
she said "Borders
Are."
Are." So complete chaos, bro.
And they're like, okay, what you want to do? Right now you vice president. What you want to do when you become president? You ain't do when you vice president. All the lies that you said when you became vice president, you ain't fulfilled none of them. Now you trying to mind fuck me again and tell me you gonna do this and that and the third when you become president? Yo, these people are out of their mind.
Wow, bro. Look, man, we're not like vouching for any left wing, right wing, because it's, left wing, right wing is the same bird. But in my head, I'm just like common sense. Like, how you gonna vote for this shit? Like, I'm picturing myself, like, if I was in the world, like, how the fuck don't you not see that the Democrats, they can pay more money? Like, I don't get it. Like, I asked somebody, like, why would you vote for more taxes? Because there was a person who was Democrat. I was like, yo, why would you vote for more taxes? Like, but anyways.
And a lot of people don't know that the Democrats, that's what it was called back then before they changed it. In the 1800s, they was called Dixiecrats. And they was the one that was upholding slavery. And the Republicans was the one that was trying to somewhat end it. And then when Lyndon Baines Johnson said, he said this right here, and it's a quote. He said, these niggas are getting too ugly. So what we gotta do is, we're gonna have to start a program, to give them a little bit, but keep them at bay, but they go vote Democrat for the next 200 years.
Give them handouts.
And then what they did, created welfare.
Let's destroy the black family.
The projects, that's what's called a project. Yeah. Because they created the projects as a project to low income family to destroy.
And the dude, he was for the ones that's in New York City, the dude You know, Pink Houses.
Yeah.
He was the
In
one.
East
He
York.
was on the joint. He was on the joint because it's named after him.
Yeah.
The startup.
His
of,
last name
the
was
house.
Pink. Something like that. His last name
Yeah,
was Pink. Yeah.
you know, Pink Houses. Yeah, East New York. Right.
So this is back in Timothy, 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 2 Timothy 4 verse 2. Preach the word, be instant, in season, out of season, reprove, exhort.
That word instant, when you look it up, it means present.
Yeah.
Remember when you go to school, they call your name present, right?
right.
Or here, that's how you're supposed to be every season.
Right.
Go ahead.
Reprove, rebuke, exhort with long suffering and doctrine. Meaning you gotta bring out the true doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
They shall not endorse sound doctrine. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, knowing that those are separate entities, that's been a sound doctrine in Israel for many years. Alright? That was forward in one list. Yahweh Shai. So,
Right.
Nate, you go back to that time, and you're not enduring in that sound doctrine. Go ahead.
It says,
Yo, I'm surprised. Yo, if I was in there, I'd just walk out like, fuck that.
but
I just walked out.
but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears.
Right, that's their own lust, all right? Having itching ears. That's some demons telling you, yo, listen, they won, bro.
Bringing out bugged out
Yep.
doctrines.
Whispering, yo, listen, they won. Yeah, I can give you something deep, don't worry. That's some demons telling you that shit, nigga.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you something deep. Don't worry. It's deep. It's deep.
Trust me, it's
To
deep.
decimation to your goddamn health. Cause how was I gonna destroy you?
They gonna put you in a deep pit.
Some in a deep goddamn pit. You right about that?
It's funny because it's true though.
Yeah,
You
they're
know?
not gonna get it. Trust me. It's high level, bro. It's high level. They different. I mean, they're the same. Trust me, bro.
And they bums. Look how they dress. Don't worry about that, man. They bums.
Do you believe somebody that dressed like that?
Look at all this money we gave you. Look at all this money you got in your congregation.
Look at the money. Look at them. They living paycheck to paycheck. They probably have a little money saved up. You got different guys have a little money here and there to help each other out. But overall, they the bum camp.
I gave you the pocket.
It's just funny. It's funny because they even show you in the cartoons. That's what they do. And then Tom and Jerry, you got the demon and then the angel, and then demon is always trying to entice Tom like, yo, whatever, and the angel's like, yo, listen,
Enticing
don't
Jerry
do it.
too?
Yeah. Usually Tom.
What you gotta understand is Satan is a master of the scriptures. Satan know these scriptures. He can't even Yahweh Shai with scriptures. But you know what I like about that whole interaction? Yahweh Shai combated Satan with what? The basics.
Right.
All those 3 scriptures was in the book of Deuteronomy. Very simple. Alright? So when somebody come at you with the whole Father, the Son, they trying to complicate shit, wait a minute, he just said my Father is greater than I. That's it. Very simple. My Father is greater than I.
Hey,
Something can't be, you don't have the equal sign, less than, greater than sign. Okay? You can't have something greater be equal to it. So they different, bro.
and when you look at Tom and Jerry, Tom represent Esau. Because he always going for his gun. And shooting a gun, that double barrel shotgun. Jerry represents C. Brown and the dogs that always help Jerry. Represents, I think I always say that. Jerry represents
Speaking as a man.
Jake. Speaking as a man, Jerry represents Jake. And Tom represents Esau. Tom always going for his gun. And Tom always doing shit. And he starts shit and then he put Jerry in slavery. Have Jerry in slavery.
It's
Until
like
the dog help him. You know what I mean?
It's like on DuckTales. Who was the niggas on DuckTales? The original DuckTales cartoon.
Yeah,
From the
that's in the
80s.
80s, yeah.
The Beagle Boy.
Yeah, the Beagle
And
Boys,
Mom
yeah.
Beagle, those was the niggas.
Yeah, those were that's crazy, bro. Daffy Duck. Who's Daffy Duck representing? Daffy Duck represent a nigga from Harlem. Look at Looney Tunes, man. I'm telling you, man. Looney Tunes is crazy, bro.
When he got his beak shot off, you know that.
Yeah.
Why they look like polite?
Let me tell you something. Daffy Duck is a nigga from Harlem. Bugs Bunny is a Jew from Brooklyn. He always representing Brooklyn. I'm saying Bugs Bunny. Even though and then he always get over on people. He always get over on people.
Right.
Always. Elmer Fudd is a fucking
Redneck?
no, Elmer Fudd is a redneck. And then also you got Yosemite Sam. That's a
The Confederate dude?
Confederate nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look at look at the Looney Tunes, man. That wasn't a cartoon for kids, bro. Then you got Mugs and Bugs that be shooting niggas. You know what I mean? Gangsters. Yo, this shit is crazy, bro. It says, all right. So it says
You got these sound down?
it says
Back it up. Oh,
and they shall turn away that is.
It
It says, and they shall turn away that is from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables.
Oh, so the Son, the Father, and all that being one, that's a fable.
Yep.
Told to you by Satan.
Yep.
Okay? You got the spiritual demon Satan, who's a master of these scriptures, whispered in the ears of Bubble Eyes and Nate and IUCPK, tell their congregation lies, man. See? There's no way I'm gonna read the Father is greater than I and then listen to a man telling me that they're the same person. Like, you have completely
Walked in your face, man.
yeah, man. That's why, you know what, let's close with Romans 14 and 5. Because we follow our apostles, yeah, but we are all men. And the scripture and the apostles tell us, like, yo, search this thing, believe this thing for yourself.
Yep.
We can't save you.
Don't go on what I'm telling you. Search the scriptures, man. Write down what I'm telling you and confirm what I'm saying. The apostles always said that, man. Going back to the early 2000s, man.
Yep.
Romans chapter 14, verse 5, it says, one man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own
In
mind.
his own mind. You gotta believe this thing for yourself. And the Apostle Paul tells you, not even an angel of heaven should come down and fuck with your head, man.
Right.
And sway you in from the doctrine. So if an angel came down with a chariot and everything and told you, yo, the mark of the beast is sin, you guys, man, fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Just psych me down now, bro, because I ain't believe that shit. That shit, because you should believe this thing for yourself, man.
That's right.
You know? So if Nate was coming with that bullshit doctrine talking about the Most High and how Shai is one being, if y'all truly believe this, then you should have walked the fuck out right then and there. Oh, wait a minute, you know, nah, I don't get, you know what I'm saying?
I would have got up. I'd have took my hat. Hate to do this to you, but it's long the Most High. I'm going.
Come on, man. All right, so with that, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Kakwadash.
Shalom.